Hi everyone, happy Friday. I'm Jen Laurie, Executive Director with Epicure and leader of the Epic Journey group. And so I am leading tonight's class. I'm going to talk about Nourish Bowls and meal prep and what I do and some tips that I can share with you about prepping ahead and making things simplified so that you can make easy meals. So if you're tuning in right now live, comment down below where you are tuning in from and share with us what you love about Epicure. Share with us a product you love or something that you love about Epicure. We love to hear about it, and we love for you to share with others what you love about Epicure, because we're on a big grand mission to get Epicure into 20 million homes so that we can help people eat healthier. And so we're on a big mission and we need your help to share that mission. So when you talk about Epicure with other people, it helps us to get our mission sent broader around the countries that we're in. And we really want to focus in on making good food accessible for all people. And with Epicure, healthy food is not expensive, because when you're using Epicure products and you're pairing it with our recipes, typically a properly portioned meal, so that's one thing too, is you're getting that full portion, you're not getting a mini portion, you get that full portioned meal, and it typically on average costs less than $3 a meal. So it's super budget friendly, and when you use our tools for meal planning and prepping, you're gonna have less waste, which is also gonna save you money. So couple meal prepping tools. I shared some tools with you guys. So I've got my prep bowls here because I'm gonna make a few Nourish Bowls. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make Nourish Bowls. I'm gonna make some Asian inspired Nourish Bowls using the Asian meal kit. This is not a recipe that's from the meal kit. What I'm using is as my guide, which I will post and share with you after this video. But it is a build your own Nourish Bowl chart. So it gives you a list of different foods to choose from in each category so that you can properly balance your meal. You can make it ahead. These bowls are the perfect size to fit all the food that you're gonna eat. And it comes with this awesome silicone lid, so it's great for storage into your fridge, and then they'll stay good for a couple of days and you're good to go. So I am following this chart and making an Asian inspired build your own Nourish Bowl. So what I'm going to use for the portion sizes is I'm actually going to use Epicure's scoops here. So a lot of people mistaken these for measuring cups. Yes, they can be used for measuring cups, but they actually have these little colored symbols on them. I'm not sure if you can see, but it also comes with this portion reference chart. So it shows you how to use the scoops and to properly portion your plate. And so we have this one here, which is our protein scoop. This one here is our veggie scoop. This one here is our grain or starchy vegetable scoop. This one here is our healthy fat scoop. So that's what I'm going to be using. So I've got, the only thing I prepped ahead is I made some quinoa in the steamer. So you could use quinoa or rice, or what else we have on here. You could use sweet potatoes, you could use pasta, you could use potato, corn, whatever you wanted you could use as that portion. But I made some quinoa, I cooked it up in the steamer. So really simple, you throw it in there. It's not like when you do it over the stove and you might have that boil over. You don't have to babysit it. It's just gonna do its thing in the microwave. And then I have, this is why I need 2 steamers in my kitchen, because we use it for so many different things. So in here, I just have some raw chicken. So that's gonna be my protein for my Nourish Bowls, is gonna be my chicken. So you could use tofu, chicken, beans, beef, whatever you want, but chicken is going to be my choice for this Asian inspired Nourish Bowl. I'm going to use the Asian stir fry mix that comes in the Asian meal kit. I'm going to use our 4-in-1 spice spoon because it fits perfectly into my jar, which makes it mess free when I'm trying to measure it out. I'm going to do a tablespoon of the Asian stir fry. And Asian stir fry, Asian seasonings often have gluten in them, right? All of our stuff is gluten-free, so you can eat it safely if you are watching for gluten. I am going to add some soy sauce to this too. This is what my highly recommended soy sauce choice is. It is all-purpose soy seasoning by the brand Bragg. And if you've never heard of it, you can find it at any grocery store, often found in either the natural food selections or in the gluten-free aisle. And it has only 2 ingredients. So it only has purified water and soy protein in it. That's it. If you can't have soy, you could use coconut aminos instead. There is a product called Coconut Aminos that would be a good alternative. This is my favorite though. I love that it's non-GMO and it is just so much better than those soy sauces. Even the gluten-free ones, they have added sodium, they have caramel color and preservatives and all kinds of stuff, right? So then I'm just gonna measure out a tablespoon of soy sauce in there. I'm going to give it a shake with the lid on. I'm gonna pop it in the microwave for about 6 minutes. And we're gonna prepare everything else that we're gonna need while we're doing that. Okay, so next we have to get some vegetables ready to go in there. I'm also gonna make some Chipotle Aioli. Awesome for sweet potato fries. Also really great for, what else do we use the Chipotle Aioli for? I don't know, it's just good for, it's really good with broccoli. It's good with anything. I love the Chipotle Aioli. So I'm just gonna stick a teaspoon in there. It's just regular mayo in there. It's not anything fancy, just regular old mayo. I just put a teaspoon to about just over half a cup of mayo. It can get quite spicy, so you might wanna, if you're sensitive to spice, you wanna use a little bit less. It's another thing I really love about Epicure is it is totally customizable. You don't have to have it super spicy if you don't like it. Or you can make it spicier if you like it spicy. You really have that option with Epicure. So this bowl is perfect for storing in the fridge, so you could make up your dips or whatever you're gonna need throughout the week. And you could use these prep bowls and you can store them in the fridge just like that. If you have something that needs to be reheated, it's glass and silicone, so no plastic. I never recommend anybody use any sort of plastic, even if it says microwave safe. I don't recommend you using it in the microwave. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up all our veggies. So I'm going to first chop up some peppers. I'm using our ceramic knife. I shared the ceramic knife in the prep tools. It's a super sharp knife, so it makes work easy. It's super sharp, and also the cool thing about ceramic is when you're using that to cut things like apples or lettuce, it won't go brown as fast, so it will stay better for you longer. And then I'm going to cut up some cucumber. I'm going to shred some cabbage for my greens. I'm going to cut up some green onion, cut some grape tomatoes up. And then by then, all my chicken should be done and ready to go. Actually, I'm going to also use a ceramic slicer for this. So I have the 4-in-1 mandolin here. 4-in-1 mandolin is, it has 4 different selections to use, 2 different sizes of julienne cuts. Actually, that's a good idea. I'm going to use this one for my cucumbers. See the blades on it? You can see they're a little bit further apart. And then I like lots of different textures in my Nourish Bowls. So Nourish Bowl, another name for it that I'm seeing pop up. So apparently Nourish Bowl is like last year's term. This year it's Power Bowl. So Power Bowl, Nourish Bowl, It's all the same thing, okay? So Power Bowl, Nourish Bowl, call it what you want. It's a deconstructed salad, essentially. So instead of a salad, you would stir it all together. And with a Nourish Bowl, you kind of have everything sectioned off separately, and you can stir it if you want it, or you can eat it separately. That's the way I picture it, is like a deconstructed salad. But essentially, a lot of people look at a salad and they think like a salad is just greens, because sometimes that's how we're served it in restaurants. When we order a salad, it's really just like a couple of other vegetables, but mostly it's just lettuce and some dressing, and it's drenched in dressing, and that's what they call salads in a lot of restaurants, right? But a salad should encompass all of the foods, all the textures, different flavors, different colors. A real good salad has all of those things. So then I'm going to switch the blade back out. Really simple to change. Just to the flat blade. And I'm going to shred up some cabbage. Cabbage is really great because it lasts a really long time, so it's really good for prep. It doesn't go bad on you. My dogs are here begging because they love cabbage. So you might see like a little nose or a tail pop over here. All right, that might be enough for now. So you can see that that shreds it up really easy. So much easier than me taking the knife and trying to get it all shredded evenly like that. It's just much easier. I'm going to cut some tomatoes in half to go on there. Before we know it, my chicken will be done. I'll be putting together these. And I'm also going to show you a really great breakfast that you can prep ahead, throw in your fridge, and have ready to go all week long. So that is, I'm going to show you an overnight oats recipe. So you can make up a couple of those, throw them in your fridge, and then you've got some grab and go breakfasts that are super healthy. It's so important that you get that protein in the morning. And I see a lot of people have breakfast and they just have like cereal or toast or just coffee. And really that sets you up for not a lot of success for the rest of the day, because when you do stuff like that, what happens is your blood sugars are going to be on a roller coaster all day long. When you have a nice amount of protein in the morning with your breakfast, it's going to help stabilize your blood sugars for the rest of the day, and you won't be on that up and down crash. So protein in the morning is so important. If you're struggling to get it in, reach out to your consultant. We can definitely help you work in a breakfast that works well for you. Okay, let's check this chicken out. Okay, move over green onions. A little limited space here so I can fit myself into the camera here. Okay, it looks like it's all done. I like to use my meat separator from Epicure to just kind of break it all up. Oh, I'm just going to put it in for one more minute. It's not quite done yet. High maintenance animals. Okay. So put that there. Pop this back in the microwave for just 1 or 2 minutes, and it's going to be done after that. 1.5 minutes. We're going to do 1.5 minutes. Okay, so we're going to use our scoops right away, and then I'm going to show you how to make the overnight oats, give you a recipe, and I will post the recipe after. So I'll post it right attached to the top of this link to the video, so you'll be able to see that really well. Okay, we're gonna make some dressing too. So we're gonna make some sesame ginger dressing. I'm just gonna follow there's 3 recipes on the back of the jar. So one of the things I love about this is the fact that there's no sodium in it, because we're gonna add a little bit of soy sauce to it, so we're gonna add sodium to it. So there's no need to have that sodium in the spice, which often you'll find it will be in there. So ours doesn't have any of the added sugar and sodium, so that's, oh, it does have sugar, it has a little bit of sugar, but it does not have any sodium. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use, again, my spice spoon. I just take 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna make a full recipe because I'll use it for other things later in the week. So again, with Epicure, you can make as much or as little of it as you need. and then it stores well if you don't use it all. Now I'm also going to use the measurements right on this container to measure out my ingredients, which makes it far easier than having to pull out another tool. So right now I'm adding some rice wine vinegar. All right, almost. Okay, and then I'm going to add some avocado oil, which is my favorite oil to use for salad dressings. You could use olive oil if you prefer olive oil. Avocado oil is just my personal preference. And then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of the soy sauce. And that is just the very top recipe on the jar. And then you just take out the funnel, put the lid, give it a shake, and your dressing is made. So you can pop this in the fridge. It'll stay good for a really long time. Typically what I'll do is I'll only make half recipes, but I decided I would make the full recipe for tonight, and then I'll have it in my fridge for later, because if we're doing meal prep, it takes just as much work to make half a batch as it does a full batch. So always make that little bit of extra, and it makes your meal prep easier, and then you can kind of do the cook once, eat twice. So double up recipes. That's a great way to save time. And then you can have lunch made for you for the next day. Okay, so we've got our prep bowls here. I'm gonna move some stuff over here. Okay. All right, let's get the chicken out. Okay, I've got my chicken. I'm just gonna break it up. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. It keeps all the moisture in there. So with our steamers, they are microwave, dishwasher, and oven safe. So they can go up in the oven up to 425 degrees. The microwave just cooks it faster. So in here, it is a little bit hot. It locks in the nutrients because you're using waterless steaming, right? So you're not going to lose all that, all the water-soluble nutrients. So there's your chicken, all cooked up, nicely done. Took a total of 7.5 minutes to cook up 3 large chicken breasts. That's it, 7.5 minutes. Some people like to use Instant Pots and stuff like that. We do have an Instant Pot. I actually like to make yogurt with it. However, I rarely cook chicken in it because it takes just as long to get to the pressure point as it does for me to cook with the waterless steamer in the microwave. So I actually prefer my steamers over my Instant Pot for cooking stuff like this because it's actually faster. So just wanted to let you know about that. Okay. I've got my quinoa here. So I've got like a tri-colored quinoa. So did you know that quinoa comes in all different colors? Yeah, it actually comes in a whole bunch of different colors. So I always start with my grain as my base. Just use my scoop and I just scoop it in there and then kind of fluff it up in there. So in the steamer to cook the quinoa, it's the same as far as the ratio goes, it's the same as cooking it on the stovetop. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, the same. So I used 1 cup of quinoa and 2 cups of water. And that had just a little bit more than 3 portions, so that's all used up. And then I'm gonna add some veggies on top. So I've got I'm gonna actually do 2 scoops of veggies. So with my Nourish Bowl chart, it's 2 scoops of veggies. So I wanna do a scoop of cabbage in each one, and then a scoop of mixed veggies in the other. So I'm gonna need to shred up just a little bit more cabbage to do the 3rd one. Let me just do that. You can hear the pitter patter of my dog's footprints or on the floor as they come running for the cabbage. It's quite funny. Okay, cabbage is my greens base. And then I'm going to use my scoop to get a variety of other veggies that I've cut up here. So some cucumbers, some peppers, and some tomatoes. And then I'm going to just throw that on the bowl. And then I'll scoop that out. So that's going to be 3 whole meals for me. So it's going to be 3 lunches ready to go. Which, if you're busy like me and your mom, maybe working from home, maybe you're working away from home, maybe you're just getting back to work, these tips are extremely beneficial. Okay, I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to throw just a few extra because it's extra veggies and it's all good. And then I'm going to put my protein portion. So I scoop up my protein portion, just draining some of the extra fluids. It's quite a large scoop. You'll notice it is quite a large scoop because we want you to get that protein. Protein is super important for rebuilding your cells and for healing and for building your immune system. Okay, we've got our chicken out of the way. And now we're gonna add our dressing. So I'm gonna do just like half a scoop of my dressing because I also wanna put some Chipotle Aioli in there. So I'm gonna save room for that. I'm going to save room for that. So I've got my dressing. I'm just going to pour about half of my scoop. I'm just going to drizzle it all on. And then I like to have my Chipotle Aioli on there too. I'm just going to do like a little half scoop of that in there because I'll stir that into the chicken and it'll be super delicious. And then I will be able to use this at another time this week for a different meal. And so really super simple. That's it. That's it. That's a Nourish Bowl. Oh, I was going to put some green onions. I gotta cut up some green onions and put that on there. So I've got some green onions to top it. And I'll just top it with some green onions. And then I'll put my lids on and stack them up, put them in the fridge, and they'll be ready to go. So that's my Nourish Bowl. Now I'm just gonna clear the space here and I'm gonna show you how I put together my overnight oats. Okay, so I use Epicure's protein powder in this particular recipe. I've got another one of these prep bowls. See, these prep bowls are perfect size and they come in super handy. I've just got a couple of things measured out. Again, I use these prep bowls. Okay, so my oats go in first. So I'm gonna do half a scoop of oats. No, half a cup, sorry. So I'm going to actually have, now I've forgotten the recipe. I think it's just quarter cup, because I grabbed a quarter cup scoop, so I think it's just quarter cup. Quarter cup of oats. And then we do, no, it's definitely half cup, because, no, that's right, quarter cup. I'm just confusing myself here. And then I've got half a cup of plain Greek yogurt. You could use a non-dairy yogurt if you needed to. I'm using our 3-in-1 spatula, which is really handy for getting in smaller containers. Again, all of our silicone utensils are the bomb because they are all one piece, so you're never gonna have the tips fall off and have it go all gross on you inside underneath the silicone. And they're also lined with steel, so they're super, super strong. Then I'm going to use my prep bowl because I love to not have more dishes. I'd rather have less dishes because there's actually measurements right on my prep bowl. I will use it to measure out half a cup of milk. Our house, we have a preference of coconut milk, so that's what I'm using. You could use whatever milk is your preference. And then I'm going to add a couple teaspoons of the summerberry. And I would add an additional 2 teaspoons of the Tutti Frutti, but I ran out of Tutti Frutti. It hasn't come in yet. So I'm going to do 1 extra scoop of summerberry. You'll see in the recipe. Okay, and then we add 1 scoop of the Epicure vanilla protein powder. So you're going to get your protein in there. And then we just stir it together and we let it sit overnight in the fridge. I'm going to throw some berries in there. I like to throw just a couple teaspoons of some sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds. I like to add the sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds before, because what happens is they kind of soak in there too. And then when you chew on them, they're really a nice texture. They're not quite as crunchy, but they're still crunch in there. So you just stir it together like that. I'm going to throw in some berries. Those were frozen berries. You could use fresh or frozen. Stir it all together. I'm going to put my lid on it and I'm going to have my breakfast all ready to go for the morning. You could do multiple of these and you would be set to go for the week. You could change it up with different flavors. You could use the mango curry. You could use any of our other seasonings to make it taste delicious. So there you go. Overnight oats, 3 Nourish Bowls, super easy. Take that half hour, do your meal prep, and then that saves that time on the other end when you can just grab and go with your meals. So planning and prepping ahead, it saves time, it saves money. This is just one video that we could do on meal prep. There's lots more, I'm sure. If you have meal prep tips or anything like that, please share down below. I have to be honest, I don't do a lot of meal prep because we use a lot of our Good Food Real Fast recipes. We use Epicure's recipes. I don't really search for recipes anywhere else because there's such a variety with Epicure, and I can make all my meals in under 20 minutes with Epicure. So I know that we only use whole food ingredients in our recipes, so I'm never having to like find the alternatives for that healthier version. The healthier version is right there every time. We have a full recipe database on our website. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you go check it out. My meal prep typically, because I do work from home, my meal prep typically just consists of washing and cutting up some vegetables. That's it, because I can bring a meal from raw to ready without any of the prep work done ahead in less than 20 minutes. So super, super simple. I know a lot of you have challenges with meal planning, meal prep. We have several different meal plans on our website. Your consultant can help you find that. Thank you guys so much for spending this little bit of time with me. If you have questions, please comment down below. If you've enjoyed this past few days with us, make sure that you tell your consultant and give any feedback. We love feedback. Tomorrow there's going to be a few more posts, and with those posts we're going to have a couple more questions for you, a couple more chances to get your name in the draws. We're going to do 3 draws on Sunday, so make sure you go back, check out all the posts, make sure you didn't miss anything, comment where you're going to get some ballots in for the prize, and that's going to make it available for you. Maybe you'll get some free Epicure Pantry staples right to your door. So thank you again so much for watching. We're going to post a shopping links right after this, so if your consultant is hosting a class with us right now, there will be a link posted for you to go ahead and click on that, go ahead and place your order. We do have shopping slides also that'll be posted with the shopping link. Scroll through those. That's your best bet because that's what's currently available right now, is right on those slides. So make your wish list right off of those current slides and then click the link and place your order. Thanks so much. Have an awesome night. Bye.